Okay, so hi. Welcome to whatever this is. It's the end of the year, apparently, which is wild because I still feel like March never finished loading. This video is a Q&A, a goals video, and me doing a live post-mortem on my own decision-making skills. I asked for questions. I got some. Not a lot, which honestly checks out because I run this channel like a raccoon with Wi-Fi. I'm taking a short break, 2 weeks, normal human behavior. My brain heard that and immediately went, oh cool, so we're quitting. So today we're gonna answer questions I definitely overestimated the quantity of, talk about goals for next year, and pretend I have a plan, while actively proving I do not. This is not inspirational. This is observational. If you're here for structure, growth arcs, or a clean transition into a new year, I regret to inform you. This is more of a fall down the stairs with confidence situation. All right, let's see what survived this year and what absolutely did not. Section 1, why stopping feels illegal. Okay, so I don't know why, but taking a break feels illegal. Like I didn't submit the correct form, and now time is gonna knock on my door and be like, hey, we noticed you stopped, which is funny because I'm not even stopping. I'm just pausing briefly, but my brain is acting like I just rage quit existence. And I think part of that is because I have a long, proud history of being extremely busy and wildly bad at knowing when to stop. Case in point, a few years back, I pushed myself so hard that I ended up in the hospital with an ear infection. So bad, the doctor looked at me and said, and I quote, "Yeah, this almost killed you," which is a wild thing to hear while you're sitting there trying to pretend you're fine. Next thing I know, they tell me I need a steroid shot. Cool, great, love that journey. They hold me down, the lights go out, one say no, like that's still an option at this point. The doctor laughs, like actually laughs, and then, boom, needle directly in the ass. I survived, barely. Emotionally, no, but the lesson stuck. Turns out if you never slow down, your body will eventually go, all right, I'll handle it. So yeah, this year has been weird, not just personally, like globally weird, including people being astonishingly stupid to one of the best human beings on the planet for absolutely no reason. Did not have that on my bingo card. So now I'm here, taking a very normal, very short break, and my brain is vibrating. Like I'm about to miss something important, which is why sitting still feels impossible. Figuratively. Section 2, okay, you're here with me now. All right, so if you're still here, congrats. You passed the why is this person like this test. This is the part where I stop talking at myself and start talking to you, which is dangerous. Historically, I did ask for questions, by the way, and I got some. A few. A modest selection, which is fine. Honestly, that tracks. I love how every time I say Q&A, people are like, I'll let someone else ask the good ones. Team effort. Beautiful teamwork. So yes, we're doing a Q&A, just not yet, because I'm saving it for later, like a little treat. Also because if I start answering questions now, I will absolutely derail and will never talk about anything important. So for now, we're just hanging out in this weird in-between space. End of the year, end of my patience with time, start of whatever number comes next. You're here. I'm here. We're both pretending this is organized. And I do appreciate you being here. Genuinely. Not in a thank you for your support way. More in a you chose to spend your time here way, which is bold, questionable, but appreciated. So yeah, we're gonna get to the questions. We're gonna talk about next year. We're gonna unpack some stuff. But first, I needed to make sure we were all sitting comfortably in the same level of chaos. All right, now we can actually keep going. Section 3, looking back without flinching. All right, so let's actually talk about this year for a second, because this year was a lot. I think I left the house maybe twice, which is why when I see people confused about how someone could react strongly to an in-person situation, I'm like, yeah, no, that checks out. If you don't live out in the world like that, everything hits harder. And on top of that, my dad died. I'm not gonna dramatize it. I'm not gonna unpack it here. But it changes the way time feels. It just does. Some days blur together. Some days feel heavy for no reason. Some days you're fine and then suddenly you're not. That's been part of the background noise this whole year. And somehow, in the middle of all that, this channel hit 100 subscribers. Which I know. On paper, that's a small number. But to me, that felt like a million. Because when I started this, I genuinely didn't think anyone would stick around. So if you're here right now, yeah, I see you. That mattered more than you probably realize. I also feel like I leveled up this year, as a creator specifically, and not in a clean, inspirational way. More in a, I made a bunch of mistakes and learned the hard way. When I started, I had no idea what I was doing. I leaned way too hard on an eye for visuals and setup. Not scripts, those were always me, but a lot of the surrounding stuff. Then I realized my avatar was basically wearing someone else's outfit, which did not feel good at all. That was a moment where I had to stop and go, oh, this is why people are mad. So I started actually learning how to make things, how to change things, how to do stuff myself instead of outsourcing parts I shouldn't have. I don't have it all figured out, not even close, but I'm better than I was, and that matters. Which is why, going into next year, my big goal is simple. I want to hit 500 subscribers. I know that's ambitious. I know that sounds big, but I believe we can get there. Not because of algorithms or trends or hacks, just because we keep showing up and making stuff that actually feels like me. So yeah, this year was weird, heavy, surprising, and somehow still hopeful. And I think that's a good place to be before we talk about what comes next. Section 4, the part where we answer literally one question. All right, so we're doing a Q&A. Question, singular, which honestly feels on brand. I asked for questions and Shadow Phoenix said, all right, I'll carry this. Respect. So the question was basically, what made you want to start content creation? And the boring answer would be, I've always been creative, which is true, but also useless. The real answer is, I've always liked turning something into something else. Physically building things, mentally reshaping things, taking a mess and going, okay, but what if it worked? That itch has always been there. And at some point, that itch in the internet made eye contact. So I started making stuff. Not knowing what I was doing, not knowing if I could keep up, not knowing if I was even allowed to try. And honestly, I didn't think I could do it. I don't talk much about how bad my disability can get, but I can barely see sometimes, and my hands do not always cooperate. Things that take most people 5 minutes can take me an hour on a good day. So for a long time, I just assumed, yeah, this probably isn't for me. And then I watched people like Iron Mouse exist loudly anyway. Not as a pity thing, not as inspirational corn, just as proof. Proof that you don't have to be built perfectly to build something meaningful. And that was kind of it. Not a lightning bolt, not a destiny moment, just a quiet realization of, oh, maybe I can try. So yeah, that's why I started. And going into next year, I don't have a grand master plan. I just want to keep getting better. Keep making things that feel like me. And maybe hit 500 subscribers along the way, which sounds wild out loud. But then again, so did starting. So that's the question. That's the answer. That's where my head is at. And I think that's a good place to start winding this down. Oh, all right. That's the video. We answered one question. We reflected on the year. We stared directly into the void. And somehow none of this caught on fire, which frankly is growth. If you made it this far, thank you for hanging out with me. Genuinely. This video was long, a little unhinged, and held together by vibes and spite. So the fact that you stayed says a lot about you, and absolutely nothing about my ability to plan. I'm gonna be gone for a bit. Not forever. Not dramatically. Just long enough for my brain to stop acting like, if I don't upload, the universe will unplug me like a broken lamp. I'll be back soon. Probably with more opinions. Definitely with more chaos. Almost certainly still figuring it out in real time. If you're new here, this is normal. If you've been here a while, I'm sorry, you know that. For the real ones, static. Alright, I'm still here. Still making stuff. Still rolling. Gravity remains undefeated. But so do bad ideas. See you next time.